welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're talking about building your personal cybersecurity shield. And look, this isn't about becoming some kind of coding genius or tech wizard. It's about simple, powerful habits you can start using the moment this is over.
So, let me just ask you, right off the bat, how healthy are your digital habits? I mean, really, are you accidentally leaving your digital front door wide open, or have you built a fortress? Let's find out.
The main idea we're diving into today is something called cyber hygiene. And the best way to think about it is, well, it's like brushing your teeth for your digital life. Seriously, it's not a big one-time thing. It's the small, consistent stuff you do every single day to protect yourself from hackers, scams, and all that nasty stuff.
Okay, let's get into it. Let's start building your personal cyber toolkit. This isn't about becoming a security expert overnight. It's about mastering 8 core habits that are going to form the foundation of your digital shield.
That's it, just 8. And we've broken them down into 3 key groups to make them super easy to remember and actually use.
First up, let's talk about what we're calling account armor. This is your absolute first line of defense. It's all about protecting the keys to your digital kingdom, your online accounts.
These 3 habits are like a perfect team. First, you need strong, unique passwords for every single site. Why? So if one site gets hacked, the bad guys can't use that same password to get into everything else. Second, you absolutely have to enable multi-factor authentication, MFA. That little code from your phone might seem like a small hassle, but trust me, it's a massive wall for attackers. And how do you manage all this? Easy, a password manager. It does all the heavy lifting for you.
All right, next up is Group 2, Smart Surfing. So your accounts are locked down. Now what about when you're actually out there on the web, browsing, clicking, and connecting?
This really all comes down to awareness. Being vigilant against phishing just means you treat weird emails and sketchy links with a healthy dose of suspicion. Always check who it's from and just think before you click. And hey, when you're at a coffee shop or in an airport using their public Wi-Fi, your data is basically out there for anyone to see. A VPN, a virtual private network, creates a private encrypted tunnel for your data, keeping it safe from any prying eyes.
And that brings us to our final group of habits, device and data defense. This is about securing the actual physical things, your phone, your laptop, and being really mindful of the digital footprint you're leaving behind.
Okay, these might sound super obvious, but you would be shocked at how often they're overlooked. Those software updates you keep putting off, they're not just for new emojis. They patch up critical security holes. Locking your phone or laptop when you get up to grab a coffee, that's just like locking your front door. And finally, just think twice about what you share online. Every little detail, your birthday, your pet's name, can be a clue for attackers trying to social engineer their way into your accounts.
So when you put it all together, you can really see how it forms a complete system, right? Each habit solves a very specific, very common problem. So MFA directly stops someone who's stolen your password. And a password manager, it solves the very real problem of just being exhausted from trying to remember a dozen different passwords.
Now, let's be real for a second. We all know that knowing what to do and actually doing it, well, they can be 2 totally different things. So let's be honest about the hurdles, because you can't get over them if you don't admit they're there.
User fatigue is so real. It's that feeling of just being tired of all the passwords, all the codes, all the pop-ups. It feels like a chore. And that's exactly when we start cutting corners, right? We choose the easy path over the secure one. It's a totally human thing to do.
So it's really no surprise that at the top of the list of challenges is exactly that, user fatigue and just plain inconvenience. Right behind that, you've got a lack of formal education on this stuff, and then simple inconsistency. We might be really good about it for a week, and then those old easy habits just creep back in.
And what's really fascinating is how our backgrounds can shape these habits. The data shows that Gen X and millennials, probably because they've had formal cybersecurity training at work, are way more on guard against phishing scams. Meanwhile, a lot of folks in Gen Z are learning these lessons the hard way, after they've already clicked the bad link. It's a huge reminder that just because you grew up with the internet, it doesn't automatically mean you're secure on it.
Okay, so we've identified the habits we need and the hurdles that get in our way. Now let's talk about how we turn this list of chores into a seamless, empowered routine that you don't even have to think about. See? This isn't about setting aside a whole hour for cybersecurity time. It's about weaving these tiny actions into your day. You log in securely in the morning. You lock your screen when you get up for coffee. You hit update the second it pops up. It just becomes second nature.
And remember, the best part, you don't have to do all this on your own. There are tools designed to solve these exact problems. Feeling that password fatigue? That's what a password manager is for. Worried about that sketchy public Wi-Fi? A VPN has got you covered. Annoyed by update notifications? Just turn on automatic updates. Let the tools make security simple for you.
So, what's the bottom line here? It's pretty simple, actually. Your daily habits are the absolute foundation of your digital safety. Consistency is everything. And yeah, tools like password managers and VPNs are amazing, but you can never forget that your own awareness, that split-second pause before you click, is your first and your best line of defense.
So we'll end on this thought. Your digital life has everything in it. Your money, your private conversations, your memories. It's a huge part of who you are. The only real question left is this. Is your digital shield strong enough to protect all of that? Now you have the toolkit to make sure the answer is a definite yes.